Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Byte here, and today we're going to go over some cyber news that happened out throughout the week. And this video is well received. This is a weekly segment that we'll do here on the channel. So I read cyber news every day, a few articles a day. Take 45 minutes to do it. And I'm just going to introduce you guys to an overview of each article that I find to be the most appealing throughout the week. So the first article we're going to go over is Apple fixes 3.0 days on their iOS operating system. And what's interesting about this article is that Google actually is the ones that found these 0 days. Right here you see Director of Google's Threat Analysis Group found the 3 iOS 0 days. What Google did was it gave Apple like a week to respond to this incident of the 0 days and patch it before they went to the public with these 0 days and told everyone about them. So it's kind of interesting to see how these companies are working with each other and the dynamics of what's going on. The next article we're going to be going over is cyber attack hits Vermont network, including 6 hospitals. Nothing really new here. We're all used to hospitals and government infrastructure getting hit by ransomware. I'm just showing you guys, stuff still going on and what's prudent. Let's see what the highlights are of this article. Nothing too much. I think the title says it all. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. So this is really interesting right here. The Trickbot rises from the ashes. And you don't know what Trickbot is. It's the largest botnet in the world, and it's Russian operated. There's some conspiracy theories out there saying it might be related to the Russian government, but only time will tell. So what happened a few weeks ago was why they say it rises from the ashes is because the U.S. Cyber Command did an operation against Trickbot, with the help of Microsoft and a few other companies too. And they hit Trickbot so hard with millions of fake records in the Trickbot database that it took down Trickbot for a couple days. So it's really interesting to see how Trickbot has came back from that. And it just says down here that Trickbot fights back despite the takedown and everything. And all these articles we post in the description. The next article that I found interesting, and this is very, 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 very scary. Right here is the hackers or security researchers found a new way to bypass firewalls through using the victim's web browser. So as you see here, the security researchers found a way to access any TCP or UDP service. And basically what they do is they overflow an IP packet that's ran through a malicious ad on a malicious website or a good intention website, which like Facebook or Google or something like that. And what happens when a victim visits this website that has these malicious ads is these ads run a script that performs this exploit right here. And that will allow access to any TCP UDP service running on the victim's machine. And this takes you through like the POC and everything of how it's done. But yeah, that's why it's important to make sure you're not running any scripts on your websites through either a browser extension, making sure scripts aren't running, or through hardened security features on the browser. This article just talks about how hackers, steal data, right? Or even like prevalent security breaches that happened in the past are still being used to harm people today. So you see 23,600 hacked databases have leaked from a defunct data breach index site. So basically the defunct data breach index site was taken down, and then some Russian hackers got back the data and then reposted the information again. So that's why it's very, very important to make sure you're not using old passwords that are proven to be leaked on sites because they're compromised for any other site that you're using with that email also. So make sure you keep up with that and change your passwords, See, the news site was taken down by the FBI and everything. Very, very interesting read. Well, this is talking about how APT groups got more innovative during Q3 of 2020. And it's just saying like the more advanced attacks they're using, which is very, very interesting to read. See if I can't find one out of here. Alright, yeah, so a new attack is described as involving a rogue logic in the existing UEFI firmware. And it just goes to show how far attackers will take their research to infiltrate a victim's machine. Even if the victims would install a new hard drive and reinstall the operating system, the attack was still persistent on the victim's machine since it was put into the UEFI firmware. It's very, very interesting to see the new TTP. And if you don't know what a TTP is, it's techniques, tactics, and procedures of advanced persistent threats, which are APTs, right here. So it's very good, ideal to stay up to date with the TTPs that the APTs are using. And just illustrates it right here. Oh, another interesting article that I found that came out yesterday even, was ransomware spreading through Github and Pastebin. So this is just make sure if you guys download something from GitHub, make sure you read the source code. Because if you don't read the source code, you're probably going to get pwned eventually. So make sure you read the source code in your GitHub repos that you're using. Again, this goes back to this article right here. 7,500 educational organizations hacked. Access being sold on Russian hacker forums. Yeah, this goes back to hackers selling data, right? So just like the previous site I mentioned that got taken down, that had the leaked databases and everything, hackers will use this TTP to gain information from other hackers. So this hacker organization was selling this information on the website for 25 bitcoins, or a buy now option for 75 bitcoins. It's a lot of money. So another interesting read to go through. A very, very, very cool story that came out this week is the feds finally found $1 billion worth of stolen Silk Road bitcoins. If you guys don't know what the Silk Road is, it was a drug website on the dark web that got taken down in 2013. And the feds finally found and traced back the bitcoins of 69,370 bitcoins that were stolen from the website before it was taken down in April 2013. Yeah, that's when the bitcoins were stolen. It's sometime between May 2012 and April 2013. And Silk Road was taken down in October of 2013. It just shows you the persistence of the government and how far and how long they will take to actually pursue an individual. And like it'll tell you in this article how like the individual messed up in 2017. Very good read. I know I keep on saying these, but I read dozens of articles a week. This is just the highlights. So I'm showing you everything that's that I thought was worth reading. This article shows that attackers and APTs are always advancing. So this ransomware ESX, mutated to start attacking Linux machines. So just because you're using Linux, you know that you're not safe from these kind of attacks, because it can happen to you or your organization. It just depends if you guys get phished or not, which is how most of these ransomware attacks happen. Is an employee gets phished in an email or something. Let's see the highlights here. So this ransomware EXX, was used in the Texas Department of Transportation attack that happened earlier this year, and a few others. And it highlights how these ransomware developers are deploying and developing the ransomware. So instead of going right into a network and ransomwaring workstations, these attackers now will take their time and persistence to infiltrate a server in the network. And once they get into the server, they'll start ransomwaring the server, because they know that companies or government agencies are more likely to pay a ransom for their sensitive data that's stored on their servers and stuff. Oh man, this is a crazy story that happened this week. This article and the next two articles are linked together, and you'll see why. So this article came out on November 3rd, saying that cyber criminals siphoning funds from crypto services in exchange. It goes on to saying that these cyber criminals stole roughly $24 million worth of cryptocurrency assets. Right? That's like a lot of money. And I was thinking back in my head, I was like, who has that kind of technology to do that, or funding to even attempt to steal from cryptocurrency wallets? And it came out later in this article right here that came out on November 5th that the U.S., Brazilian, and law enforcement seizes $24 million in cryptocurrency generated through online fraud. So it's like, yeah, these two articles are definitely connected to each other. Absolutely. And it's just crazy to think that once again, it goes to show the U.S.'s cyber capabilities and persistence to track down these cryptocurrencies. Yeah, definitely. All these will be in the description below. Definitely worth a read. Which is the next article that we're going to talk about, though, brings the trifecta full circle. So the feds steal the money from the cryptocurrency wallets of these cyber criminals, right? And for retaliation, what I'm going to say is I'm 99% sure the cyber criminals performed a ransomware attack on Brazilian's top court. So, as you see here in the headline, the ransomware attack was carried out by unknown operators. Most likely, the people who the U.S. government and Brazilian government stole $24 million worth of cryptocurrency from, or these unknown operators. So, are now demanding a ransom for the decryption key. So, the cyber infrastructure of a Brazilian Supreme Court of Justice has suffered a massive ransomware attack. As a result, its services, including the official website, has been forced to go offline. It's just, like I said, it comes full circle. Good guys steal money back from the bad guys, and then the bad guys retaliate against the good guys. Or, I guess, good guys and bad guys is relative to your point of view, right? But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, let us know down in the comment section, and let me know what I can do better. I am getting a mic stand for my mic here, so it'll be less echoey in the future videos. Should be here tomorrow, and hope you guys have a good week. I'll see you next week with more cyber stories. Take care. Yeah.